about a very important issue going around in our society. Every day while we're driving, we notice that on traffic signals we have beggars. So one of these beggars that I came across while there was a really long red light.
So this little girl of around 3 years of age, badly burnt, with scars on her face, her head, like no hair growth at the age of 3. And when after a lot of persuading her to tell me who did it, she told me it was her own brother who did that. Her elder 23-year-old brother, so that she could get more money through begging. What do you think, Shreya? What can be done about such a situation?
Yeah, that is what is actually the situation in the country right now. I think the need of the hour is firstly awareness of the issue. I think many people are not aware of the issue as such. So, need of the hour firstly is awareness. After people get aware of it, then solutions can be taken. So, that is what really is about this.
So the point is that we need to get the youth more involved, I guess.
Yeah, the youth today is a very active participant of the country, and a country having a very good growth of youth population. So I suggest that actually the youth should actually participate a lot, and especially in this issue of begging. And that is how resolutions will come. That is how emancipation will happen. Actually.
And I think that's what Rex teaches us.
Yes. Thank you, Rex.
Thank you so much, Shari. Now, if we could start with the award ceremony, could I have Mr. David John and Mr. Mark Parkinson on the stage to do the honors, please? Mr. Mark Parkinson and Mr. David George. Mr. Mark Parkinson. The Lifelong for Social Justice Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 goes posthumously to Mr. Shahid Azmi. The award will be collected by Hansal Mehta. Shahid Azmi was a noted Indian lawyer. Shahid Azmi was a noted Indian lawyer and human rights activist, most known for defending some of the accused in the 26/11 Mumbai attacks, including Fahim Ansari. He started picking up cases of Muslims charged under the Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002. Many of the cases were fought pro bono in consultation with NGOs. Azmi had notably represented the accused in the 7/11 Mumbai local trains blast, the 2006 Aurangabad Arms Hall, and the 2006 Meragaon blasts. In his brief career of 7 years, he secured 17 acquittals in the court. It was while he was defending Fahim Ansari in the 26/11 attacks case that he was killed in February 2010. A biographical Hindi film based on his life titled Shaheed has been directed by Mr. Hansal Mehta and produced by Mr. Anurag Kashyap. The film has its world premiere at the 2012 Toronto International Film Festival in September 21.
Hansal was making a film, is accepting it on Shaheeds. And that's David George giving the trophy and the citation will be given by Mr. Parkinson.
lifelong fight for social justice, Karmaveer Puraskar 2012, also goes to Geeta Venkat Krishnan. Ms. Geeta is the director and the founder member of Hope Kolkata Foundation, the implementing agency of Hope Foundation Ireland since its inception in 1999. Her goal is to ensure that all underprivileged children and women from difficult circumstances have their basic and human rights for a better way of living, and she is now reaching to 18,000 children and women directly in West Bengal. She personally does child watch for children living in the street after 9 p.m. and arranges ambulances for them.
The Government Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar goes to Ms. Chhavi Rajawat, the female category. Chhavi Rajawat has been Sarpanch of village Soda in Rajasthan since 2010. She is aiming to empower residents of her village and pave the way for them to carry out more life-changing improvements after her elected term as Sarpanch ends in 2015. Chhavi has raised funds to desilt a village reservoir, to collect rainwater and provide safe drinking water 12 months a year to a community that previously had only access to contaminated water. She has also increased electricity supply to 16 hours from a previous maximum of 4 hours and introduced solar power to homes. She has built roads connecting Soda with other villages and the main road. Thanks to Chhavi, the residents have bought their first bank, an outlet of the State Bank of India. Thank you, Ms. Rajawat. The Government Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 also goes to Dr. S.Y. Qureshi in the male category. Dr. S.Y. Qureshi joined the Indian Administrative Service in 1971. He took over as the Election Commissioner of India on 1st July 2006. He introduced a number of innovative electoral reforms and established an expenditure control division and a voter education division in the Commission. He also established the India International Institute of Democracy and Election Management to professionalize election management. He has had several key positions, mostly in development and welfare ministries. He was the team leader in framing India's National Perspective Plan for Youth 2020 and mainstreaming gender issues. He is a prolific writer and has authored a number of books. As Director General of NACO, that is National AIDS Control Organization, Ministry of Health, he introduced adolescent and sexual health education programs in secondary schools of the country. Thank you, Dr. Qureshi. The Government Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 for Armed Forces goes to General Vinod Sehgal. General Vinod Sehgal is the Executive Director of Eco Monitor Society, which is concerned with the demographic ecological interface. He retired from the Indian Army in 1955 from the post of Director General Military Training. He has held active command assignments. Additionally, he has authored several internationally acclaimed books, including The Third Millennium Equipoise. Mr. Justice J.S. Verma, General Vinod Sehgal has dealt with issues of global importance and has tirelessly pursued the path of social justice. People like him keep democracy on the reins. This was the comment made by the former Chief Election Commissioner, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, at the The Young Social Entrepreneur Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 goes to Dr. Rushi Ghadawala. Dr. Rushi Ghadawala is an enterprising social entrepreneur, mentored and guided by Dr. Abdul Kalam. He has developed for farmers and people related to agriculture a model tool application which can provide farmers updated weather information on their mobile phones. Dr. Rushi Ghadawala is integrated with international projects such as Project Aryavart, Observation and Space Transportation System, Interplanetary Mission Design and Analysis, Threat of Space Debris and Debris Removal from Orbits, Climate Change and Earth Observation, Soil Moisture Measurement by Radar on GNSS-R, Remote Sensing Applications in Disaster Management. Dr. Rushi Ghadawala has been representing India at various high-level technical working groups at United Nations Office. Thank you, Doctor. I would now request Mr. Anurag Nirbhay and Mr. Sukhbir Singh, trustees of iCongo, to come on stage and lead the audience.
Dr. Drawer and Mark Parkinson, thank you so much.
The Media Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012, filmmaker on contemporary issues, goes to Mr. Hansal Mehta. Hansal Mehta made his debut with Jaive, a languid tale highlighting the then existing issues in Bombay, which was followed by a number of movies like Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar, Chal, Woodstock Villa, etc. Hansal's early films reflected various subcultures that inhabit the culturally complex city of Bombay. All his work focused on social issues like medical malpractice, ordinary life of poor people, and Indian judiciary. He wants to use the medium of films to highlight various issues in the public domain. Currently, Hansal is working on a film based on the life of lawyer activist Shahid Azmi. We appreciate his work and hope that it inspires all of us. Thank you, Mr. Mehta. The Media Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar for print journalism goes to Shahid Siddiqui in the male category. A journalist, social activist, filmmaker and writer, Shahid Siddiqui is an expert who has spread the awareness in society on various issues. He joined IBN 7 in 2005 and later in 2009 formed Association for Community Research and Action, that is ACRA, along with a group of journalists and research scholars. He has worked for welfare of poor and various health and environment related activities. He has organized many campaigns since 2010 which are mainly related to health checkups, food relief, child labor and environmental awareness. At present, he is working for displaced Myanmar nationals in India along with UN and Myanmar Embassy. Thank you, Mr. Siddiqui. The Media Citizen Print Journalism Award also goes to Tithya Sharma in the female category. Tithya Sharma, a New Delhi-based former journalist, left the newsroom of Mumbai in June 2010 to look for unsung heroes from across the globe. Calling her quest the 100 Heroes Project, she embarked on a journey to scout for people who are working silently and tirelessly to drive change. From women defying the Taliban and conducting midnight rescues of young girls from violent marriages to gay rights activists in East Europe, Tithya Sharma spent close to 2 years looking for 100 inspirational figureheads who are changing the future of their country. Sharma's project was a masterclass in the power of a single inspired person. The courage, conviction, and resilience of these everyday heroes serves as a reminder of the potential in every one of us. Thank you, Ms. Sharma.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon to do the honors Mr. Sanjay Osta and also Mr. Praveen Kumar. Mr. Sanjay Osta and Mr. Praveen Kumar, please. This is Mr. Sanjay Osta and Mr. Bosco Fernandez. And Mr. Praveen Kumar and Bosco Fernandez. The award for the Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar Animal Welfare goes to Mr. Sunish Subramaniam Kunju. Mr. Sunish Subramaniam Kunju, a freelance photojournalist, is the founder of Plant and Animal Welfare Society, also called a PAWS. PAWS is an independently registered non-government organization founded in 2002 by like-minded youth who love to work in the field of animal welfare and environment protection. They attend calls especially for wildlife rescue to help forest departments in transporting, rescuing wildlife and attending to local animal distress calls. Every year, PAWS team helps, saves, rescues and rehabilitates more than 1,000 animals. In addition to this, PAWS Mumbai also organizes tree plantation drives and has taken up cudgels on behalf of those protesting illegal tree cutting in Mumbai, which is sometimes carried out by residents and even the authorities at times. The Civil Society Citizens Karmaveer Puraskar for Animal Welfare goes to Mrs. Jyotsna Sharma. A crusader for all abandoned sick animals and a doting mother and a caring wife, Jyotsna keeps a low-key profile in the social circles. Even while pursuing a modeling career in her youth, she always spent considerable time, energy and personal resources to silently continue serving the abandoned, sick and suffering animals. Jyotsna manages and runs a purely self-funded dog kitchen every day, getting social nutritious meals cooked and distributed in area around South Delhi for the stray dogs and puppies. The next Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar for Wildlife Conservation goes to Nirmal U. Kulkarni. Mr. Nirmal U. Kulkarni. Nirmal, a Master in Environment and Ecology from the Indian Institute of Environment and Ecology, as well as a herpetologist from the Bombay Natural History Society, has worked as a volunteer with the Wildlife Conservation Society for estimating prey for tigers in the Nagarhole Wildlife Sanctuary in Karnataka, and as a group team leader on a conservation program at the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary in Arunachal Pradesh. As an activist, he has successfully led Save the Frogs campaign with Clinton Rag and Goa Forest Department against the local consumption of Indian bullfrogs. He was also a part of a team that worked on conserving the Bhimyat forests in Karnataka. The Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar for Education goes to Professor M.S. Pillai. Professor M.S. Pillai is the founder-director of Sadhana Center of Management and Leadership Development, Pune. He was a faculty at SIBM and later headed it as director alongside being the founder-director of SCM HRD, which is conceptualized, institutionalized and nurtured from 1933 to 2004. His current institution, SCMLD, was born on 14 January 2004 and is inspired by the Gandhian trusteeship concept. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now I would request Mr. Armando Gonzalez and Nehal to do the honors, please. Mr. Nehal and Mr. Armando Gonzalez. The award for Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar Health goes to Mr. Arun Lavatia. Mr. Lavatia is one of the founders of Rural Health Care Foundation. As he was pursuing his business of house construction amidst his struggle with cancer since childhood, the fact dawned upon him that he could fight this disease owing to the huge affordability of his family in terms of best doctors and expensive medicines for treatment. But what started bothering him was the condition of billions of people who could not afford such good health care. He decided to discontinue his business and open 5 succeeding medical centers in remote villages in West Bengal under Rural Healthcare Foundation, where healthcare treatments are provided at a very negligible cost. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Chiru Sharma and Mr. Chiru Mitra and Bittu Sodhi. Dr. Chiru Mitra and Mr. Bittu Sodhi. Dr. Lal and Bosco Fernandez, please. Dr. Lal, Mr. Dr. Lal. The Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar for Women Empowerment goes to Dr. B. Sanyal. Dr. Sanyal is a simple common man, an agricultural scientist who used to work with the government. His zeal and conviction to do something was society made him leave the coveted service and join a non-profit organization sincerely striving for the cause of socio-economic uplifting of the rural vulnerable sections of the population. In rural Bengal, he helped primarily women. He was instrumental in bringing a change to empowerment of women in 43 GPs in the district of Jalpaiguri, Uttar Dinajpur.
नीचे
The Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar for Social Entrepreneurship goes to Vijay Pratap Singh Aditya. Mr. Vijay Pratap Singh Aditya. He is a social entrepreneur having over a decade of experience in designing systems and institutions for enabling access to services and markets for rural producers and artisans. He is the co-founder, director and chief executive officer of Eggao Technologies. Eggao strives for community ownership in enterprises, media, technology, heritage, finance, development and governance.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Dr. Chinko Lal, past awardee, and Mr. Anthony to come on stage and do the honors. The Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 for trafficking goes to Hema Bedi. Ms. Hema Bedi worked in her own business of advertising and films for over a decade. She registered her NGO Society to Help Rural Development and Education, that is 3, in early 2000. With support from UN agencies, the NGO started to find interventions through trial and error that led to the successful combating of human trafficking from the grassroots. Over nearly 12 to 13 years, she has rehabilitated and unified nearly 1,800 trafficked girls seeking monetary assistance from the state government and accessing relief amounts. She also got them housing and land pattas in their villages. Many of the girls are in self-help groups, that's 3 formed, of which those that are doing very well have constant access to microloans. 3 has managed to remove stigmatization of such vulnerable or positive girls from the communities to the extent that today nearly 1/3 of these girls are married and leading a decent family life. Thank you, ma'am. The Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar for Gender Issues goes to Dr. Naireen Daruwala in the male category. Dr. Naireen Daruwala has a doctorate in social psychology and more than 22 years of experience in management, training, research, counseling, and community development projects in the social work sector. She is a director with Society for Nutrition, Education and Health Action, SNEHA, Mumbai, for the Program for Prevention of Violence Against Women and Children. She has conceptualized and developed a thriving community organization program on prevention of violence in urban settlements. Her professional goal in the field of gender justice is to contribute to modifying sensitive health and legal policies for women and children facing violence and to bring about social change in the communities. Thank you, ma'am. The Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 for gender issues also goes to Ms. Hema Deshpande. Mrs. Hema Deshpande is professionally an expert in marriage counseling, resolving domestic violence issues, and development of women and child welfare programs. As head of the Family Counseling Center, she has conducted entrepreneurship training programs to women in distress to strengthen their skills and become self-reliant. She has counseled nearly 1,000 families every year to date and saved many lives. She was facilitated as Outstanding Social Worker by Social Work and Human Rights Association during 1998 to 1999. She became an NGO representative in Jan Sampark Sabha at Police Commissioner Office, Bangalore. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would now request Mr. Sunil and Jyoti Nanda to do the honors.
I think Sunil has stepped out. Please request Advocate Navneet Chahal to please come up on stage.
The Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 for Human Rights goes to Dr. Lenin Raghuvanshi. Dr. Lenin Raghuvanshi is a symbol of resistance to millions of Dalits fighting for dignity in India. In the year 1993, he became the president of UNYO and a founding member of Bachpan Bachao Andolan. In 1996, Lenin founded the People's Villages Committee on Human Rights, along with some friends to work on child labor-free villages. In 2002, he campaigned for prevention of bonded labor at state and national level and was appointed member of District Vigilance Committee on Bonded Labor and went on in 2004 to create the People-Friendly Village to enable and amplify the voice of the marginalized. His work on torture victims elevated Dr. Lenin as being appointed the State Director of National Project on Prevention of Torture. In 2007, along with Faisal Anurag, he drafted the vision paper for NAFRE People's Movement, an alliance of representation from 16 states of India. Thank you. The Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 also goes to Ms. Renu Thakur. Ms. Renu Thakur is MA in Foreign Language from JNU, was working as a guest lecturer in DU while doing her MPhil, when she found her calling and decided to delve into the social sector. In 1997, she came to her ancestral town with a saving of 20,000. With the help of a few friends, she toured the whole region to understand the issues of the area. The status of women was bad in the area and the tribals were being denied their rights. Renu decided to stay back and she started Arpan in 1997. They got the first financial support from Oxfam in 1998 to do a study on Ascote Musk Deer Sanctuary and its impact on the community. The support of the Hunger Project has enabled the elected women representatives to make their space in the political sphere. Today, Renu has been successful in organizing women in SHGs, that is self-help groups, and a cooperative and training them in leadership roles. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I'd like to call upon Mr. Anuj Agarwal and Ravinder Sachdeva to do the honors, please. Mr. Anuj Agarwal and Robinder Sachdeva. The next award is sorry. The next award goes to the Civil Society Citizen Karmaveer Puraskar for welfare goes to Dr. Bathula Sanjeeva Raidu.
Dr. Bathula Sanjeeva Raidu.
The next award is for Karmaveer Puraskar Human Rights, and it goes to Mr. Rupen Patnaik. Rupen Patnaik is a development worker for Odisha, an expert in natural resources management, advocacy, and camping sustainable livelihood. He's instrumental in enabling the chronically and critically poor highland forest dwelling families in tribal districts of southwestern Odisha. He strived hard for more than a decade to empower forest dwelling families to enhance their voices to get their land rights from the appropriate authority.
Civil Society Karmaveer Puraskar 2012 for Art and Culture goes to Aubrey Aloysius and Lorraine Aloysius. Aubrey Aloysius is an ex-international banker, marketing professional, entrepreneur, thinker, and doer. He has worked with clients across domains and geographical regions, ranging from established multinational corporations across India to startup business ventures. Aubrey Aloysius actively supports the rich heritage of world music and arts. He has been living in Gurgaon since 2004 and is the founder chairman, MD and CEO of Lorraine Music Academy and the founder, trustee and president of LAMP Trust. Lorraine Fiona Aloysius started playing the piano from the age of 8, greatly encouraged and inspired by her mother. She has experience in teaching creative thinking, public relations, training and motivating large teams across the country. She has sent over 300 students for examinations of Associated Board of the Royal Schools. Thank you. The Dialogue India Karmaveer Puraskar for promoting citizen action goes to Ms. Pooja Kapoor. Hailing from an advertising and marketing background, making an impact in a different and measurable way, and has been integral way of Pooja Kapoor's work in the social sphere. She has endeavored to impact various causes related to over 60 organizations and NGOs since the last 17 years, be it ground level teaching and training, building awareness, funding projects, providing items of actual aid, developing new ideas, and much else. She personally trains and supports blind girls and boys from rural India living in Mumbai in aspects of enhancing their vocational skills. She sponsors their college fees for courses like medical transcription and gets certain books that are not available. Through a program called Terrific Kids, she conducts free workshops for less privileged children dwelling in slums in Mumbai to provide personality development. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I would now request the Ekara Foundation to please come on stage.
It takes a lot of effort. It takes a year-long effort to put this ceremony together, to bring all the awardees to the same stage and to this egalitarian platform. So my humble request to all the people who receive the awardees, because I would request you all to have some respect for all the other awardees and stay back, because I've noticed that in most award ceremonies people take their awards and go away. But I think that's not good culture and that's not good form. So please, as a mark of respect to all other awardees, please do stay back. Enjoy the performances. Like I said, it takes a lot of effort to put this together. And there's dinner waiting after the awards.